All right, everybody, this is not a drill. We need to be calm, all right, relaxed, okay, relax. If there is a child seated next to you, please secure them first before securing yourself. And if you have any pooping pants, you put them on because Bill Murray is confirmed to be in Ghostbusters 2020. So Tristan and I have talked about the little teaser trailer a while back now for Ghostbusters 2020. Still don't know a lot about it, at least as far as I remember. There really wasn't much released, and of course now that we know that Bill Murray is going to be in it, we obviously assume it's going to be his character from the original two films, but we don't know how much of his screen time will be, or rather how much screen time he will have. And honestly, I'm a little bit worried. And the reason why, and some people really didn't like the 2016 Ghostbusters. I'm mixed about it. Again, depending on my mood, I think it's either better or worse than Ghostbusters 2. I think its worst trait really was the fact that it didn't really have a strong villain. Or I say strong villain in terms of, because he had a lot of powers, but it really didn't have a fleshed out backstory, in my opinion. So when it comes to this character and it comes to Ghostbusters 2020, you might think it's great. Oh my God, Bill Murray! It's going to be amazing to see him, and I hope he's in the entire movie. Some of you might say, and I will admit I am also leaning towards that as well. And the reason why is what I'm nervous about. And I was talking about Scream before because there's a new check out that video if you guys are watching this on the YouTube channel. Those guys on the radio, there seems to be a new Scream in the works. And the reason why that concerns me is because the fourth movie kind of went with we're bringing in the new kids and we're taking a look at the older characters and seeing what's going on with them, how they've been in the last 10 years, and how they may have changed or may not have changed. That sounds all fine and dandy, but you're really taking a movie and you're splitting it in half. So if it's a movie that's 2 hours and 20 minutes, yes, the characters are going to intersect, of course, but it really just does feel like that you're, essentially splitting up all character development, everything about these new characters, dialogue, things like that. You're kind of just cutting it in two. So will he be more of a mentor? Will he kind of be piecing out at a certain point? Is he really just there to help out any kind of new young Ghostbusters? If that's the case, I might enjoy it. But if we're just going to be taking a look at his life, where it was and how it's been and where it's at now, mixed in with a new class of Ghostbusters, again, this movie might not be the best to me anyway. So I do hope that he does have an extended role, but if we are going to get some new blood into this, I really hope we give them time to shine, because what I really don't like is this idea that, and it's not a Ghostbusters thing, it's just a general Hollywood thing now, that, oh, everything is franchise material, we're going to have franchise bait. This movie is really just like a prequel to another future Ghostbusters movie. So we can have these kids with barely any development just kind of floating around as embryos, and they'll be fully birthed. God, fucking weird way to phrase it, me. But either way, they'll be fully cooked. It's still a weird way to say it. Fully Death Stranding by the second or third movie. So I hope that isn't the case. A lot of speculation on my end, of course. But again, all we know officially right now is Bill Murray is going to be in this film. Now, this was confirmed by Dan Aykroyd on the Greg Hill Show. And of course, the links will always be down in the description box down below. You're watching this on our YouTube channel, those guys on the radio. So again, he's coming back, and that's amazing. Sounds great. Also should note as well, by the way, that Sigourney Weaver, Annie Potts, Ernie Hudson, and Dan Aykroyd are also returning, to be fair. So there's a lot of people coming back, and that's great. Again, I'm just a little worried in how they're going to be used, because, for some people, and I understand we haven't had a true Ghostbusters 3, we had the game, we haven't really had a true new edition of the original cast, or the original story, so I get it, but I'm just a little worried into how how the characters are going to be used, and how it's going to look like in the end result. But I want to hear what you guys think down below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Think that they're gonna be used well? Not so well? Again, tell me what you think about all this stuff down in the comment section down below.